Video before I go to Japan, and I'll try to post something about that too. Today's video is just a short reflection of a little realization that I had like a few minutes ago. And it's basically that we have been trained for the worst for our whole life. And that's part of the programming that the 3D tries to control us, of course. And not only that, not only the material reality itself, but I think that many government systems are actually and do thrive on this particular type of manipulation, because it is basically manipulation. So we have the natural bias of the brain, which is toward threat, of course, because the brain still thinks that we live in the prehistoric world. So we are frozen up to 10,000, 100,000, millions of years, okay? When we were mammals, when we were apes, there were eagles, there were snakes, there were spiders, there was no kind of shelter, no kind of food, there were other types of venomous plants, whatever, okay? Nature is not friendly for an animal. Okay? And still isn't friendly for us. Like, you don't go in the Amazon rainforest naked and or even an European forest, okay, even if it's somewhat less dangerous, but still, a bear is not a good thing. So, back to us. The brain has this negative bias, of course. It needs to scan and alert us and prepare for whatever kind of threat that it might encounter, because of course we need to survive. Its main prerogative is not to make us happy, is not to make us fulfilled, is just to make us survive, because it wants to survive too. Unfortunately, we are now living in a world that mostly does not have the problems, the actual threats that were present before. Okay, so there are no tigers, there's no venomous snakes in the office, there are no dinosaurs that are coming out of the bush in order to grab your young. There's nothing like that. There's just your annoying boss, capitalism, taxes, okay? Which I don't think it's better, it's just a different kind of threat. But the brain still sees it as a fucking threat, like the tax is the same as a goddamn Tyrannosaurus. For it, it's the same thing. So the level of importance for the brain, the threat, the magnitude of the threat is more or less the same. So unless you talk it out or find ways to soothe it, be it FT tapping, talking it out, like going within whatever meditation, whatever. Despite that, we have the whole apparatus of societal programming that keeps us, and this is something that I also said in the video about consumption, but is keeping us in a state of fear, in a constant state of fear. There's always an alert. There is always some kind of panic button that has been pushed for some reason. There's always something to be complaining. There's always something to be afraid. Okay? There's always a threat, which is true. But why isn't any time mentioned something a little bit good? And we have to ask ourselves why. Because, of course, negativity thrives on negativity and wants to reinforce itself. And when you are negative, you are not able to create your own reality, you're not able to assert yourself, you're not able to meditate, you're not able to alter your frequency and to supply and free yourself from the chain. When you are negative, matter becomes more relevant. The devil is indeed linked to matter, the 3D world. So you stay down. This is the purpose of all this bullshit that you see around, that you see in the media, that you see in the books, everything. So you have been programmed to expect the worst. So you're always scanning for the threat. You're always trying to survive because your brain immediately is on alert. But why should it be like that? Why can't we expect for the best? You see, the people in power, or the people that do achieve great things, do not expect for the worst. They might prepare for the worst, but they try to expect the best, even if they do not know what it is. And this is something that I'm trying to do. So why the fuck don't we try to expect the best for ourselves? Or even if we are just starting, like if we are just climbing out of the depression or the anxiety, why not expect something a little bit decent? Why not expect a better treatment from someone? You can use imagination. You can revise the thing. Like, that colleague always treats me like shit. Okay, let's try to revise it. Maybe treats me in a neutral way. Maybe doesn't notice me. It's still better. So try to expect something a little bit better first. And then we'll try to move on. Something that I want to try also with this trip. And I'll keep you informed on how it goes.